My name's Adrian Cook. I'm from Carnarvon Energy. Something a little bit different. Our heritage is in oil and gas. No rotten tomatoes, that's good. We've made a decision that we actually see the transition as an opportunity. There's plenty of challenges there, and I think Lisa's presentation today was fantastic in saying that we can all work through the challenges, but the opportunities we think are fantastic. When we think about our business, I guess we gave a lot of thought to the user, the customer. So it's actually been quite satisfying today to hear from the customers around the sorts of things that they're after. So in terms of particularly mobility products, reliable supply, cost, lower carbon footprint. So for us, that's great, given this is the journey we're on. This is a chart from the International Energy Agency on renewable diesel consumption that in 2020, consumption's around 10 billion litres per year, with a projection that in 5 years' time that will reach threefold, so 30 billion litres per year, which sounds like a lot. And that's, I think for us, is what's particularly attractive about this industry. But I think, as Mike earlier today said, this is potentially a dot-com opportunity before us right now. And I say that in the context of 30 billion litres by 2026. Put that in comparison to how much oil we use every year, and that's 6 trillion litres every year. So the opportunity to punch above 30 billion, I think, is substantial. So just to give a quick little oversight into Carnarvon and how we've come from a heritage of oil and gas to a future where we see, certainly initially, in the renewable space. And in 2018 and 19, we made some fairly large oil and gas discoveries offshore Western Australia. That really put our minds to the test initially about how will we offset the emissions profiles from the production. Will we just simply buy paper credits? That didn't feel like it was good enough. Will we maybe grow some trees and do nature-based sequestration? We thought we could do better. That took us on the journey to where we are today, and that's a collaboration with the Frontier Impact Group. And really, in my mind, it's bringing a yin and yang together with Jennifer Luber-Patterson's team, who really know this space very well, together with the benefits that something like Carnarvon brings. We know construction of large plants. We know how to operate large plants. And as you'll see in the next slide, bringing on the oil and gas production will give a capital base that will let Jennifer and myself and our teams really make a meaningful contribution from renewable fuel supply. Now, we fast forward only 1 year, and as you'll see in the next couple of slides, our first project is well on the way out in Narrogin in Western Australia, and we have a pipeline now of projects targeting 20 through regional Western Australia with quite, I think, an ambitious target in terms of our supply objectives. They're the ambitions. What we're working tangibly to right now is the final investment decisions, firstly for our oil field, and I'll show you on the next slide why that's important to the renewable diesel story. But secondly, we are making great progress on our first renewable diesel plant, and it's looking incredibly attractive and exciting for us and our business. So our vision by 2030 is to be producing sustainably 500 million litres per annum of renewable diesel. That will be in Western Australia, and you can see on the map there the sorts of indications of the location of the 20 sites that we are working up, with our first site in blue being Narrogin. That's going to require quite some investment. At this point, our estimate is $3 billion. And this is where the production of our oil fields, which on the chart below we map out in red, So we will bring our oil field into production in 26. It'll generate most of its cash flow by early 2030. We will have that cash flow then to invest into these 20 plants, the $3 billion. And as you can see in that production chart on the bottom there, our vision is the production of renewable diesel will be in the future equal to or greater than what we currently have ahead of us in terms of the production of oil. We also, as I've said here, have aspirations around taking renewable diesel and enhancing it into sustainable aviation fuel. So it was good to hear some of the conversations this morning around the importance of that in this country. And a pet favourite of mine is around taking secondary products from our processing of biochar and turning it into high-quality graphene for, I hope, batteries of the future. So this 3D image is of our first plant in Narrabeen. We are well on track to hit our final investment decision late this year. Carnarvon's covering those costs. We are also buying this land. It's 10 times the land that we need for the plant. One of the reasons for doing that is that we're going to use this for a real showcase for the potential. Both for the production of renewable diesel, but also the use of secondary products around biochar and wood vinegar on the land. A lot of work's going into this project. Our engineering design work is nearly complete. Our approval processes with the government are well in train. The fuel's been tested. I've been incredibly excited about the interest that we've been receiving. Jennifer's known all along what this opportunity is to produce and supply renewable diesel. We're cottoning on, and we absolutely believe there's a great business to supply this product. And I think there was a bit of a joke around whether Mike's production will be on ahead of our production. We're aiming for late 23, so you know, it's going to be a good race. But I think the message from my perspective is that I think what's more important is we actually collaborate. I think what we hear the customers are after, you know, is quantum and reliability of supply, and that means us all working together to make this a success. Another area, and this is sort of a philosophical one, and Mike raised it also this morning, is just around feedstock and the draw off the land for food. Philosophically, our focus is going to be more around drawing waste wood products. We've already secured our first major supply contract, which will be waste wood stumps. That's kind of where we see the opportunity and what we like about having a large number of regionally placed plants near the feedstock. We also see the opportunity to very, very carefully to plant trees such as oil mallees, particularly through the wheat belt, which is an area that we're very focused on, and working with farmers around how to make that beneficial for everything that they do, but also what we're looking to do. So I'm just watching my time here. Hurry up. There are plenty of challenges. I think there are plenty of opportunities as well. From our perspective, we bring both that sort of the understanding of the oil and gas as a traditional supply of energy that we're using, together with this future opportunity. I think the costs are going to be a challenge, more so, strangely enough, because of where I think oil prices are going. Lower emissions, of course, that's what we're all here to hear and focus on and drive actions to achieve. And hopefully you're getting a sense that here's an oil company working collaboratively with people in this room to make this a reality. And as has been raised earlier today, I think we need support, particularly out of the government, for the customers, but also for us as producers. Thank you.